What's up, you guys? It's a new week. So we're here, and we're here to talk to each other. First, how are you guys doing? I hope you are having a great time in life right now. I hope this past week has been prosperous for you. I hope you had some fun. I hope you had some peace, some joy. Hope you had time for yourself, maybe with your family. Hope you ate some good food. Hoping that this week that we just haven't talked to each other yet, everything's going good for you. I'm sending you nothing but good, positive energy and blessings your way. Hope you're doing the same for me. Now, this episode, I strictly just want to talk about Victor Wembanyama's Summer League debut. So it's going to be shorter than some of the previous episodes. And I'm going to jump right in it because Summer League just started. And if you're not familiar with NBA Summer League, it's where most rookies and maybe 2-year players, depending on just kind of their matriculation in that rookie season, end up playing in Summer League. And sometimes older players are in there as well. Like right now, James Wiseman's playing, but it's because they're trying to make sure he's conditioned, getting him good. But a lot of the times it is your first display of all the rookies. Most importantly, the number 1 draft pick, Victor Wembanyama. He made his Summer League debut against the Charlotte Hornets, and he didn't play good. He played pretty bad, actually, if we're just going to be completely honest. If you're watching a lot of the highlights on TV, they're only showing you like the 2 shots he made and then the blocks and a lot of the great passes he made, but they will not show you the poster that Kai Jones had on him from the Charlotte Hornets. Victor had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and he shot 2 from 13 from the field. So the stats pretty much show you that he just didn't play well. If you're wondering where the bulk of the 9 came from, he went 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So that is why. Now, I am not here to be one of those people that's like, oh, I told you that Victor, da-da-da-da-da. Nah, I have always been on the side of I needed to see Victor play in real time in the NBA setting of what we see day to day. That's what I have always been in the motion of. I've seen his tape from France. I've seen his ability, his physical attribute, all of the things that we are glossing over, right? But I always stood on the side of, I got to see this in real time against other players in the NBA. And what you saw in that first Summer League game, and he said it in his post conference, he didn't know what he was doing out there. He just felt lost. And I'm going to say, before I go into a deep dive of it, it is a lot to ask someone, they're moving across the world. And then you have the whole situation with Britney Spears that happens a few days before he's about to start Summer League. So I could just imagine where his mind might have been at, right? Now, in saying that, what I saw from him was someone who felt out of place. He seemed a little lost, and that the pace is different for him. It's going to take time. I will say that. We're not going to always see this from Victor where he plays average-like. He's going to find his pace. He's going to find his rhythm. He's going to get acquainted with how the NBA is and how basketball is played here versus in France. It's going to take time, but he's going to catch on. Enough people in his position have seen a lot of success. It just takes time. What I did see is the Spurs, I feel like, and they're going to be they're the best place to develop him because they're going to do it the right way and really show him how to really develop the entirety of his game. Right now, from what you saw from France, he was more like a point guard. He was bringing the ball up. He was doing most of it and then shooting and having his way. But in the NBA, it's a little different because a lot of the people that are on you, they might be shorter than you, but they're stronger. They might be faster, quicker. They're able to keep up with you. And he might not be as used to that as what he saw in France, where he really was probably dominating everyone. The athletic ability of a lot of guards, forwards, centers in the NBA, it really is impressive. You're seeing them move very quickly, swiftly. They're moving their feet. And he might not be acquainted with that just yet. That's a new type of defense that you're showing him. If you watch the game, he struggled sometimes when he got the ball. Just his handles weren't as tight. A lot of them were able to either send a quick double or even send a flash of something, and it kind of disrupted him a little bit. His passing, his IQ is there. He has great vision for the court. He definitely wants to get everyone involved. Like, that's his thing. He really started off the game passing the ball. And then you see the 2 for 13 from the field, and he was forcing a lot of the shots as though he was trying to prove to us that he can shoot. And it's like, we know you can shoot the ball. That will come. Like, you being open and finding space and them catching you in rhythm to get those shots off, that will come. But it's kind of like he was forcing it. Even him going to the basket, he just didn't have that confidence that I think we've seen a lot in his tape. What I expect the Spurs to do, and he said that Kevin Durant's one of his favorite players. That's who he watched a lot. If you're going to mirror your game after KD, he's going to have to learn how to work inside out. A lot of that game 1 against the Hornets in Summer League, he was trying to work outside in, or he wasn't even trying to go in at all. He's going to have to figure out, okay, I know I can shoot the ball. I'm going to have to force them to space out on me. He's better off catching it really at that free throw line, not necessarily putting him on that block. I don't think you have to put Victor on the block to have success, but catching it at that free throw line, maybe showing him those post moves of, hey, catch it with your back turned, then get into your position of how you want to execute this thing. Because then if you're catching it with your back turned and you're pivoting back forward in front with the ball in front of you, you're able to figure out, okay, let me get my spacing. Then he could play into his advantage of, you're taller than everyone. So even if your back is turned, you know that most likely, even if you raise up and go to the basket, you're possibly going to get fouled. But this way, it gives you time to see, what do I want to do? I think that's what they're going to have to do with him. He's going to have to play a little bit lower. He plays really high, even when he dribbles, very high up. He's going to have to get a little bit lower with his stances, even kind of where he's catching the ball maybe. You're never supposed to keep the ball low, as they say. You're supposed to keep it high. But how he did in game 1, it just like, he just wasn't there. It's like he wasn't in the stance of being able to do or get to the moves that he's so used and accustomed to doing, which I think forced him to feel like he had to overcompensate by shooting the ball. And when I say he didn't shoot it well, he didn't shoot it well, like at all. The good thing for him is he should know that you're probably never going to play that bad again in Summer League. You're going to find your rhythm. At some point, Victor will find his rhythm. But what you saw from that first game is that he's going to have to figure out how to work inside out. He's going to have to perfect that mid-range. That's bread and butter, because by the time you hit the paint, you know you're going to be taller than most of the people that are going to be guarding you. So even in the matchup that we saw in Charlotte, he was playing up on Brandon Miller and vice versa. Brandon Miller, I think, had a pretty solid game. He was in the double digits. But I'm not ready to write Victor off as a bust. By no means. Now, I will say this, though. That Kai Jones poster, everybody is showing the clips of, like I said, all the good stuff Victor did and all. Y'all need to show the good and the bad. You're going to have to show him getting postered up by Kai Jones. And it wasn't are you sure it was postered? No, he rose up on that man. Like, the fact that Victor got his welcome to the NBA moment before the NBA season actually started, that builds character. That builds character. And I hate that it had to be his first game, because you know you're going to end up on somebody's photo dump. You just know you are. But it's okay, Victor, because you can only go up from here. Got your first Summer League game out the way. Everyone was there to see it. They said the atmosphere was nuts. Okay, next game is Sunday. Go out and do your thing. At this point, the worst that you thought would happen, happened. You played bad. Just go play good. I know people are going to say, that sounds so simple, but it is. At some point, you just have to play freely. And like he said, I didn't know what I was doing out there. I felt lost. Is that a cause of concern to me? 10% of a concern, yes. Because the fact that he didn't know what was going on, yeah, that could raise eyebrows. But also you saw physically that it seemed like he was lost. Even defensive rotations, he wasn't switching as quickly. That takes time, right? You got to get accustomed to a whole different game of basketball that necessarily isn't played the same way from where you were from. And I've always said this. I feel like European players have more skill set per se, but they play a little bit slower compared to how basketball is played in the States. I feel like the NBA that we see, they play very fast. because everyone's a guard, or they're able to space the floor and shoot, or people are very explosive and able to get to the basket. It's different. You're not going to find that many as athletically gifted and just able just to move around on the court and have the ability to score at the basket or to shoot as much as you see in the NBA. So I think that's different. Probably him seeing like, wait a minute, like a lot of you are able to keep up with me. You may be shorter than me, but you're faster, you're explosive, like y'all are moving the ball. That takes time, right? It's a culture shock at the end of the day. Basketball is basketball, but basketball is played differently in certain parts of the world. And it's going to take him time. The good thing for Victor, though, once he gets accustomed to it, it's going to work in his favor because he is skilled, because he can shoot the ball, and because he is 7'4", who can handle the ball. It's going to take time. You take these games out of Summer League and you use this as a starting point. You see, okay, if I can perfect these things, I'm better off when the season starts. He said it best. The goal is to get prepared for the season, and this is what it is. And he owned it. He was like, I didn't play that great, but I'm here to learn. I'm here to figure that out. He understands that this is a learning process. I liked a lot what the Spurs GM and basketball operation said. We understand that this is going to take time, that we are dedicated to the long run, the longevity of what this will be with Victor Wembanyama. We understand that this isn't, we want you to do all this in year one. And it helps that you have a legendary coach in Coach Pop, because he understands this and he's done it with multiple players. He did it with Manu. He did it with Tony Parker. He understands, like, this takes time. I'm not trying to get you out there and be a star today. You will be a star eventually, but it will be in the best development to you as a player, and also how comfortable you are as a person. That all plays a part. They're trying to make him comfortable. He's still a teenager. And it's a lot of things that happen so quickly for him. The fact that he's even out there playing Summer League does say a lot about who Victor is, because his season just ended like a month ago in France. And he's like, no, I'm going to play. That says a lot about him, that he's willing to do the things for this team, but also because he needs those reps. He needs to learn just things in the NBA, right? I'm not writing Victor off. I don't think anyone should write Victor off. You got to give it time. Two things sometimes can be true. That, yeah, you played bad in your first Summer League debut, and also that you still are a really good player. It takes time, and we're going to see it. I'm excited to see how he progresses in Summer League. That's going to be fun. I want to see how he responds to this. That's going to be a big marker for me in this next game for him. How do you respond to how bad you played in your first game? How do you kind of change things up? Are you able to adapt quickly? Because that's going to say a lot to just how quickly he can learn things. So, again, the ceiling is still very high for Victor. A lot of people have been comparing him to Chet Holmgren. I've seen some people compare him to Rudy Gobert. Like, someone said he's Rudy Gobert, but with a green light. I think what we've seen from Victor is different. There's a skill set to him that most people his height do not have. He can shoot the ball efficiently, and he can handle the ball, and he has a great IQ. When I say that was something that stood out to me, his defense is going to be really good in the league. Those 5 blocks show us something. His defense is going to be good in the NBA. He's able to switch. Once he figures it all out, it's going to come together for him. But his IQ, his ability to find players, his passing is very elite already. It's going to just take time to put it all together. So don't sit there and count Victor out. Okay? I'm not going to count Victor out. He got time. But the first debut was not good. Was not great. But it's okay. We got 2 weeks of Summer League. We're going to see more of Victor. We're going to see how much better he gets as Summer League progresses, and kind of what the starting point will be when the season starts. So I think Spurs fans, everyone should take a deep breath. It's all going to work out. I truly think that. So all credit and a lot of positive energy to Victor. I hope you're able to shake off that debut and just get ready for the next game and get ready for Summer League and just go out there and play your game, man. Like, it's not too many people out there who are 7'4" other than you. So you're already one of one out there. Might as well play like it. I told y'all that this episode was going to be strictly pretty much about Victor's debut. Next week, we are going to talk a little bit more Summer League. We're going to talk the Portland Trailblazers, kind of what I've saw from Sharp and Scoot Henderson. We're going to talk Houston Rockets, what I saw from Cam Whitmore and Thompson. We're going to talk Orlando Magic, kind of what I'm seeing. We're going to talk a few other things in Summer League that I think shows a lot of these teams are in the right direction. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be next week. I told y'all last week that you should go watch The Bear. I am standing on that. If I could give you any TV recommendation right now, go watch The Bear. Go watch The Bear. Season 1 and Season 2 are both on Hulu. I want y'all to be in the same conversations that I'm having about, Carmi and Sid. I want y'all, go watch it. If I could give you anything, go watch it. If I could give you a music recommendation, I have a 0 because I've been sitting here waiting for the Drake album to drop that he says is soon coming. I don't know what soon means to him. Soon to me means it should have been out pretty much like yesterday. That's what soon means to me. I don't know. But I'm sure you've all been looking at the clips of the concert. Let me know if y'all got tickets. And if you're going to go see him. Trying to think, what else can I give y'all recommendations on before we close out this episode? And I'll holler at y'all next week. I told y'all about The Bear. We talked a little bit about Drake and how I'm still mad about the album not dropping yet. It's hot in LA finally. I didn't know June gloom was a real thing in LA or in California, period. And it very much is. That was news to me, and I've been in LA 3 years now, and I don't feel like I saw a June gloom last June. I don't know what they was talking about, but it was gloomy this time. It was real gloomy. Okay? Real gloomy. But that's all I got for y'all, because I really am about to probably go dissect more Summer League games, because literally just turn on your TV and you're going to have at least like 6 or so games to watch out of these next 2 weeks of just these young stars, and get yourself kind of familiar with them. It's going to be a great season for a lot of them. The NBA is in really good hands. This class is more impressive than what I thought initially. They're very skilled, and a lot of them took the routes of already preparing themselves to be in the league. And you're going to see that a lot from the guys who went the G League route and from like the OTE route. Like, you're going to see a lot of it. So get yourself familiar with it, because a lot of these guys, I don't see Rookie of the Year just being this straight up like gun shoot for Victor. I think it's going to be, a lot of them are in positions to be in that conversation and to be in those runnings. So get yourself familiar. Watch Summer League. If you got the money, go to Vegas. Go watch. I don't know how much the tickets are, but just have some fun this summer. Watch some of the games. I did have this conversation with someone. I guess I'll leave y'all with this question. Do you think it is right that Chet Holmgren can be in consideration for Rookie of the Year this season approaching, since he did not play at all in his rookie season with OKC because he had that injury? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's fair that, say, he is to win and someone else, doesn't, who's an actual rookie in terms of, I guess, when entering the league? Do you think that's fair? Let me know what you think. I've seen a lot of good glimpses from Chet so far in Summer League. He's gained some weight, some muscle. He's looking pretty good in terms of his game and how he's moving around. Like he said, the injury seems like it never even happened. And some people are already saying that he's a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year because, again, he did not play a single game in his rookie season. So he is eligible to be Rookie of the Year or be in contention for it or considered for it. So let me know what y'all think about that. Go enjoy yourselves this week. Tell me what you're thinking about the Rookie of the Year debate. Tell me what you thought about Victor Wembanyama's Summer League debut. Tell me some teams that you've been watching in Summer League, some people I need to pay more attention to in Summer League that maybe I haven't mentioned or thought about yet. So would love to hear all of that. If you watch The Bear, great for you. You're an amazing person, and I would love to discuss that. If you're also waiting for Drake's album, I'm standing in solidarity with you as well, because we need new music. So hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all have an amazing week, and I will catch y'all next week. Always thank you for watching, taking your time to hang with me, talk some hoops, and of course, Like, comment, subscribe, post it on all platforms. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa. Tell everybody. Come over here and watch YouTube with me and chit chat. Also go to TikTok, everywhere. We talk about a variety of things, but I always appreciate you guys coming in every week, and I'll see you next week.